dear students, myself Dr. Lata Sharma is with you now with the series of BPSC 133, our comparative government and politics. This is a paper and this is the code BPSC 133, and we are now with the series of many chapters and lectures we have given. So this is we have given the political parties, we have given the political parties and pressure groups and competitive government and politics. Many chapters we have also covered here. But now we are going to start with this, the election system in India. This is a new topic here, and we are here for this topic, that why our country is a democratic country, and why and how there is a elective system in India, then how they elect the representative of for the democratic system and how they work. So there is many questions about arise here, that what is the functioning of election system in India, why it has come in the originality, and what is the reason behind that the election system work, how and which type of method. So, my dear students, I think and I hope that you are going to very happy environment in this with the new BPSC 133, and all of these lectures that are given by us, you are gaining more and more knowledge, and knowledge and everything that you want from us you are getting. Okay, now we are going to start with this a new topic, that is election system in India. Yes, election system. What is election system? We can say that where the representative of in the democratic system came by the elected process, and they have elected by the Indian public, Indian population, and by us. So this is election system in India, and we are here with this topic. Now we are going to start with this, that India is the seventh largest. Now here is seventh largest by area. That means India has a very in area. India has a very largest area and the second most populous country in the world. As we are here that after the China, and we are here the most populated country. We are here, and India is the most populated country in the world, with roughly 1/6 of its population of about 1.25 billion. India is a big country and hence needs to be governed in a proper and an effective way. Why there is a need? Because this is a very populated country, and this is 1/6 of its population is about 1.25 billion. So as India is a big country, and how it will govern, there is a issue, there is a problem is there. Then how this such type of big country should be governed. So how there is a good answer for getting this, that with a proper and an effective representative chosen by the people. Here in our country in India, the representative are chosen by the people of India, and who take the representative, what they do after the election, after the elected method, who they take major decisions pertaining to the and all democratic countries, that we have not, we are alone here, that we are doing the same system. Many democratic countries hold elections at regular time of interval, because regular timings, there is a word here, and after the intervals, because there is a regularity of timings that the election system will be occurred in the states, and we can say in the states and in the country also. So there is a regular timing and interval also, because there is a gap and regular timings the elections held on, and in all of the democratic countries the elections will be occurred at regular timings and accordingly to the interval. So India is a big country. There is a one thing that we have to make the election system. We have to follow the election system in India. That is why, because India is the seventh largest by area, and the second most populated country in the world. So what we have to do, that seventh largest and second most populated country is India. What we have to do, we have done a thing, that we have make a glimpse of all of the constitution and all of the written and unwritten constitution from the countries, and we have taken a system that is election system. And by this election system, what we do, we governed proper we govern our government by the proper and effective way, and by which persons who are selected and who are elected representative by the persons of India, by the people of India, who take major decisions. And we are not alone here. The other democratic countries do that this process, and at a regular timings, and a interval and a gap of also, because there is a particular timing and interval should be followed. So there is why we have taken, why we have followed, why we have adopted the election system. There is a need of election system in India due to many reasons. Okay, so there is election system in India. We have given the introduction that what is the main geographical outlook, we can say, geographical sphere of India. And now there is a question arise here, that how it works, that what is that how it works, what is that how election system works here. There is a possibility that what the election system do, that it gives the peaceful transition from one government to another. Yes, there is a clear picture here, that what they do, that to bring about peaceful transition, because peaceful transition from one government to another, to ensure that no government is elected for life and misuses its power. If we say that the government has been elected and their representative has been elected for the 5 years, then what they do, if one party's elected persons has elected, so what they do, they to bring about peaceful transition, because if the government wants that everything should be peaceful and the peaceful transition from one government to another, so there is a process that government is elected for life and misuse its power. So the election system ensure that no government, no any system is elected for life, for the whole life, not to it will be elected, and they will not misuse its power. So they will not misuse its power to bring about what is the working of election system, that is they want peaceful transition, and to ensure that government is elected, no government is elected for life, and there is no misuses of its power. So there is a workings that they works like that. There is a main thing is there for the peaceful transition, and for the government is elect, no government should be elected for the lifetime, and they will not misuses its power. There is also that to bring about participation of the people in the political process. There is a awareness, awakening process. There is a knowledge, and we can say for the new step for the what they have given, that they bring about participation of the people in the political process, because of the people of India, how they will come and take the participation in the political process, political election system, otherwise political NGOs, otherwise lobbying, otherwise all of the activities that has been done in the sphere of political system. The election system have given in knowledge and awareness that they have to come out, and they have to make their participation in the political system, because if the people of India will not give their participation, their mental status, their knowledge, they will not come in the political party system, otherwise in the political process. How they will be aware about the demerits and merits of the political parties and political process. So for this, This is a new thing that has been covered by the election system, that they give the participation. They want the participation of the people in the political process. Now we have to come there that what is democracy. Democracy we have defined many and many times. So there is that we are living in a democratic system, and democracy is the thing that the election system works for the democracy, and the people of the India and the people of the country works for the democracy. Here that is, the democracy is treated here that the persons who has elected and by whom they have elected, they are working, they have done that activity in a democratic system. Otherwise there is no any will, no any system will be covered if the democracy is not there. So there is, democracy is the form of government in which the people rule either directly or through elected representatives. There is that, what is democracy here? Democracy is the form of government in which the people rule. Who rules here? In a democratic system, the government gives the right to rule upon the country either directly or through elected representatives. This is the way that how they can rule. So by the directly system and by through the elected representative. Who is elected representatives? That is elected by the persons, by the people of India, by the elections, and they elected by the process of election system. So democracy is the form of government. There is a clear written here that this is a form of government in which the people rule, because we can say there is a democratic system is here, and democratic system, there is a autocracy, there is a totalitarian system, there is a more and more an anarchy system here. So there is a multiple ways of government, so multiple types of government. So there is democracy is the form of government in which the people rule either directly or through elected representative. As I have said that through elected representatives, it means they have elected by the election system, by the process they have given. So there is a one thing, they have to rule by the directly and by the elected representatives. Elected representatives there can be, we will further go through of this line, that elected representative who can be. So there is a party system, and by the party system who wins, they got elected, and they do the rule accordingly. So there is a form of government in which the people rule either directly or through elected representatives. So there is a democratic system here we have given, and with why the election system has been working for the democratic system, we have also covered here. So now we are coming here that what is election. There is a very, very important word we can say, and very, very easy word we can say, because if we say that the election, to elect somebody, to select somebody, and to make confirm that this person from a group, election is just like that there is a from a group, we have to select one person by the permission, by the agreement of all the persons. So there is a simple way of election, as many years, and we can say that civilization and before many decades there is a system of election, that accordingly we can say that in the Aristotle and in the timings of Plato, there is a system, that election system also, there is a ground, and many person, that maximum can be 500, they stand in a ground, and 2 and 3%, the main person said that there are 3%, and which you like, you can raise your hand. So the people of that timings raise their hands in the favor of one person, and who get more and more agreement and permission, by the public get elected, and he ruled accordingly to that area. So there is a way, very easy way, but now we can say that there is a very huge population has been created, and there is no way that at the timings of that all of the persons should come and stand in a ground. So uh, accordingly to the situation we have handled, and we have created this, that we have divided all of the areas, and by the division of the all areas, the election system become easy, because no burden and no nothing should be in a huge and very lengthy process. When areas are divided, and the areas has been given the in the supremacy and in the representation of the some officials, so they make the election in a easy process, in a easy way. So that is the we have defined that in the ancient timings, and what is the timing of accordingly, as a situation has been not accordingly by the ancient timings. Now there is a population and areas are not too much uh, wide. So we have taken this after the independence. We have started the election system, and this is election system works for that. What is election? We are now coming with this, that an arrangement of citizens to choose their representative is known as an election. As I have told you that an arrangement of citizens, what is the system, that they make the arrangement, they make the preparation, they make the planning, they do the execution for the citizen to choose their representative is known as election. Yes, simple is there. They what they have to do? They have to choose their representative by their areas, and they do by this by that process is known as election. An election is a formal decision making process by which a population choose an individual to hold public office. Election have been usually mechanism by which modern representatives democracy has operated since the 17th century. There is a thing that an election is a formal decision making process. Yes, that formal decision making process. There is not informal, that is a formal decision making process by which a population choose an individual to hold public office. What they want to do, that population and the public wants that we are electing a person, and that person will hold the public office, and he will hear the problems and issues of that area. If any person have any issue, have any problem, have any complaint, they will reach and tell to that public office all their relative problems. So there is a process, that election is a formal decision process by which a population choose an individual to hold public office. What they want, that that person which we select, which we elect, that representative will do one thing, he will hold the public office, that is created and that is being written and that has been authorized by the government. Election have been usual mechanism, but once that process has been started from the 17th century, and this mechanism is accordingly is a modern representative democratic system, and they have adopted it and they have started it 17th century, from the 17th century. So this is election system, and what the election here, that as I have told you, that an arrangement of the citizen to choose their representative is known as election. Simple is there. And where as an example, I am going to tell you, my dear students, that in a class, what we do for making the for choose, if we want to make the representative CR, that is class representative, we give we start asking to the student that if they are agree, we will make this student as an CR. So if the class student, if the all of the class percentage is in the favor of that student, we make him class representative, as is here in a wide form we can say, and in a authorized form we can say. There is a election system is also that, but that is in a wide and in a authorized way, and in a formal way, and we can say that person has been elected, that he will hold the public office. And election is a usually election process usually use the mechanism that by which the person's representative who has been elected, this method has been adopted by us by the 17th century. So there is an election. What is election? We have covered here. Types of election: general elections, midterm election, and by-elections. There is a three type general elections. We are going to cover up here that types of election. That is general election, midterm elections, and by-elections. There is a three type here we are going to cover up here. That is general elections, midterm, and by-elections. Which body is responsible for conducting the election? The Election Commission of India. That is, if we say that who is responsible for conducting the elections, which body, which the government body we can say, which government body will conduct all of the elections, and who is responsible for all of the mistakes and for all of the gainings, for all we can say all of the laws and benefits. That is Election Commission of India. This is a authorized body in India. That is Election Commission of India. The Election Commission of India is an autonomous, constitutionally established federal authority responsible for administrating all the electoral processes and in the Republic of India. There is that what is Election Commission? That Election Commission of India is an autonomous, yes, there is a autonomous word come here, constitutionally established federal authority. This is a federal authority responsible for administrating all the electoral process in the Republic of India. That is that here that what is this federal authority is responsible. There is a conformity that this federal authority responsible for administrating all the electoral process in the Republic of India. This is, they will conduct all the electoral processes for administrating and for the responsibility for making the government. So they have to make the responsible administration, and they have to cover up all these elections by the electoral process in the Republic of India. Under the supervision of the Commission, free and fair elections have been held in India at regular intervals as per the principles enshrined in the Constitution. There is one thing to be covered up here, that all of the things, all of the functions, all of the methods, and all of the workings has been covered, has been written in Constitution. So this Election Commission also works accordingly to the Constitution. So under the supervision of the Commission, free and fair elections have been held. Supervision of the Election Commission, what they are doing there, free and fair elections, and at the regular intervals and accordingly to the principles that has been written in the Constitution, enshrined in the Constitution. So there is a thing that free and fair elections they have to do under the supervision of Election Commission. So this is the thing that Election Commission do their workings. The Election Commission has the power of superintendence, direction and control of all election to the Parliament of India. The Election Commission has the power. There is a thing also to be noted that the Election Commission has the power to superintendence, direction and control of all election to the Parliament of India. They will superintend, they will direct, they will control of the election to the Parliament of India. They do this work for the Parliament of India because all of the elected members, representative that has been selected, elected, they will become the member of Parliament. So this is the thing that Election Commission has the power to superintendence and take the direction and control of all election to the Parliament of India. Composition of Election Commission. Yes, there is that composition of Election Commission. It consists of a Chief Election Commissioner and some other members. There is that how many members, that composite members and of the Election Commission. There is a Chief Election Commissioner here and some other members. There is also written that some other members also with the Election Commissioner. They are appointed by the President of India. There is a question, my dear students, that will come in your upcoming exams that you are going to prepare, that that Election Commissioner appointed by whom? That is that the Election Commissioner appointed by the President of India. Their term and condition of service are determined by their term and conditions and services. There is Election Commissioner. Election Commissioner of India is a member of Election Commission of India. He is usually a member of Indian Civil Services and mostly from the administrative services. There is who can be that there is this election commissioner mostly and usually has remained the member of Indian Civil Services and mostly from the administrative services. The Election Commission currently consists of a Chief Election Commissioner and 2 election commissioners. Nowadays, we can say that Election Commission have Chief Election Commissioner and 2 election commissioners. There is that who can be the election commissioner. That is the person. He can be the he can be the member of Indian Civil Services and mostly from the administrative services. And he is appointed by the President of India, and there is Chief Election Commissioner and 2 election commissioners are there in Election Commission. So there is a composite of Election Commission. It consists of a Chief Election Commissioner and some other members. So there is a composition of Election Commission here. Election Commission of India. Functions of Election Commissioner of India: delimitates of constituencies, preparation of electoral rolls. What is the working of functions of Election Commissioner? What is that? To recognize political parties, allotment of symbols to political parties and independent. What they do? That they recognize political parties and they allot the symbols of political parties also, because for recognition of the political party as that is national party, regional party. So this is of all that recognition of political parties, and after that allotment of symbols to political parties, that they will make their symbol of their particular party. That is allotment is also given by the Election Commission of India. So they recognize the political parties and allotment of symbols of political parties. is there, that is Election Commission do. That is functions of Election Commission of India. That is, they make the constituencies and for the constituencies and the preparation of electoral rolls. There is Election Commission of India. We have covered here that functions of Election Commissioner. That what they do, they recognize the political parties and allot the symbols of political parties here, and they make the constituencies and the preparation of electoral rolls. Conduct of election of members of parliament and state legislatures. They do one thing or more, that they conduct the election of members. That member can be the parliament member and the state legislature. So for the elected, for the representation of the parliament and for the representation of state legislature, they conduct the elections for elected members from all these parliament and state legislature. They do one thing more, that to order fresh election. This is very, very typical and very tough task for making this election commission to order fresh election. For fresh election is not easy for the election commission, because many times is a midterm and bi-term, so there is a fresh election. And they do one thing more, that conduct of election of president and vice president. This is the thing, that they make the elections for, they do the preparation of the elections of parliament and state legislature, and they have to make the ordering way of fresh elections, and they have to confirm the conduction of election of president and vice president. So this is conduction of election of vice president and vice president is to be written here. So this is function of election commission, that is conduct of election of members of parliament and state legislature and fresh elections there, and conduct of election of president and vice president here. This is the way that election commissioners, who are these persons? As I have told you that the election commissioner has remain the administrative officer, and he can be from the civil services. This person is a very highly ranked persons that have to, their working should be refined and markable accordingly to the government, and they have been given this work for the election commissioner. They for doing the work accordingly, they have been remain a good ranked personalities in India. So this is election commissioner. The stages of the election processes of India include delimitation of constituencies, wherein the entire area is divided into constituencies. Simple is here that stages of the election process of India. There is a stages that election process of India include. What they do, delimitation of constituencies, and when entire area they divide into the constituencies. There is a stage after the demarcation of the constituencies. The voters list of each constituency is prepared and published, and nomination papers are filled by the candidates. Yes, there is a first stage is election process. Divide the constituencies in a different constituencies, and after the demarcation of constituencies, the voter list of each area constituency is prepared and published, and nomination papers are filled by the candidate. There is nomination papers filled by the candidate. There is a thing here. Thereafter, nomination papers are scrutinized. Yes, because of who has filled the nomination papers, they are to be scrutinized here, because scrutiny is necessary, because who is going to giving the nomination in which constituencies is to be confirmed that that nomination are in a characterized form and they are able for giving the nomination or not. Next is the next stage is the campaign by all the candidates and the parties. Yes, this is simple here that we see in a general life that the campaigning and the by all the candidates and the parties. As we see that all of the parties before the when the nomination papers are scrutinized and they got the tickets and they do this campaigning. For this they uses more and more money in a general way we have seen, and all day and night they do the campaigning, and all parties do. There is no any simple thing that no any country want to do the campaigning, no any party want to do the campaigning, that all parties do this work. The election campaign ends 48 hours before the polling. The last step is counting of votes and the declaration of result. This is the stages of election process. This is the election campaigning ends with the ends 48 hours before the polling. The last step, what is here, that counting of votes and declaration. There is a very typical and very tough task has been remained, that counting of votes. If we say that counting of votes is very crucial timings, because most of the timings the counting of the votes and the offices where the all of the elections has been done, all of the constituencies remain in a very we can say very crucial process, and there is a very fear of that polling system can be stopped due to any illegal activities, because parties do all of these things, that sometimes they make the misbehave, sometimes they do the quarrels, like simple short and crispy type quarrels for attracting their constituencies. So this is also here, and the last step is the counting of votes and the declaration of result happens here. And declaration of result is a very charming and very fruitful timings for the parties, because they have done a very long timing for getting this opportunity. So this is the stages of election process of India, that is delimitation of the constituencies, and the entire area is divided into constituencies. This is the main thing. Second is demarcation of constituencies. That is, voter list of each constituency is prepared. As we are at this stage, that the voters list of each constituency prepared, and we are in this stage, and we have remained in the constituencies, and we do when we got our name is in this voter list, we go at the particular place where the voting system has been established. We go there and we give the voting. So there is a right of our to give the right that we have to give the vote. This is a simple thing. And after that there is a published and nomination paper filled by the candidate, that who will come in the nomination. There is if any person wants to make the nomination, that he can fill the nomination form if he has the eligibility for that. So thereafter nomination papers are scrutinized, that if any person can go for the nomination, but he has the eligibility, and he accordingly if he doesn't fit, if he doesn't match in the scrutiny, then after he can be declined for the nomination. And we after that we can say that after filling up the nomination papers, the, the parties start the campaign by all the candidates and the parties. The election campaign, this is a thing is here to be noted, ends before 48 hours. The polling and last step is counting of votes and declaration of result. This is election commission work. Who is eligible to vote? As we are going to say here that the democratic system in India is based on the principle of that any citizen over the age of 18 can vote in election. Before 1989, the age limit has remained 20. The right to vote is irrespective of caste, creed, religion, of gender. Those who are deemed unsound of mind and people convicted of certain criminal background. There is a thing that in the who is eligible to vote. The democratic system in India is based on the principle that any citizen over the age of 18 can vote in election. Yes, but before 1989, the age was that 21. The right to vote is irrespective of caste, creed, religion, or gender. Those who are deemed unsound of mind and people convicted of certain criminal background. Use of money. There is a very huge type of money used in the campaigning by the parties. They use this more and more, and sometimes we came to know that that party has taken this amount and this person has filled the nomination paper and he has lost his all amount that he has do accordingly to the campaigning for the party for the ticket, and there is a use of money in a huge way. So this is candidates and parties with a lot of money may not be sure of their unfair over small parties victory, but they do enjoy big and independence. There is candidates and parties with a lot of money may not be sure of their unfair over small parties victory, but they do enjoy a big and independence. What they do that they use more and more money and fair unfair we can say, and they enjoy a big amount, and after that they campaign for this. So that is a lot of money has been used in the campaigning by the parties. Criminals in politics. This is a new thing. This is a thing that we have to be noticed when the nomination of papers has been filled and the scrutinized has been done. So at the timing of scrutinized scrutiny, there is a respective mode that where we came to know that this person cannot be eligible for filling the nomination paper. So this is the timing. In some part of the country, candidates with criminal connection have been able to push others out of the electoral race and to secure a ticket from major parties. Yes, if candidates with criminal connection have been able to push others out of the electoral race and secure a ticket from the major parties. What they have done that they have the criminal connection and connection and criminal background. They make the electoral race and they make a ticket. They secure a ticket from major parties due to the criminal connection we can see. So this is also happens here. Happens in the political parties do like that works, and they take the ticket from the major parties. There is one thing has to be noticed here that in a political parties, and we can say we can say that in political parties, and something has been seen, nepotism. This is the thing that political parties use this tool for getting their rule all time in the government. By this, what they do that some families tend to dominate political parties. Tickets are distributed to relatives from these families because because they want to rule, to dominate the political parties, as there is many and many parties can be noted here. You can all students, you can see that nepotism has been seen easily, and the political parties distributes their tickets to the relatives of these families. Corrupt politicians. Most of the selected candidates are corrupted. Yes, there is the thing has been seen that the corrupt politician has remained in the Indian government, Indian political system, and they have done many and many unfair works, that the corruption has been come across the world, across the India. This is corruption, corrupt politicians. Most of the selected candidates can they have been done such type of work that we can say that their workings should not be accordingly to the constitution. Preparation of electoral rules. The election commission depends on a state government for preparing and publishing the electoral rolls. To the state government generally deputes primary school teachers, patwari and other government submit. Preparation of electoral rolls. That is here that the election commission gives the rolls for the electoral process that they prepare, for which they are able to, for which they want to give their roles. So for this, they give the roles, electoral roles, to the state government. Generally, they deputes primary school teachers this work that at the timing of election duties. So patwari and other government servants, they give these roles. The increasing role of money in the elections, use of black money in election, has corrupted the political system in the country, and has also denied the equality of opportunities. Drinking parties are held, voters are bought and sold. This is really happens, that role of money has made the political party, and we can say the elections make elections has become very tough task. They use the black money in elections and they corrupt the political system in the country, and has also denied the equality of opportunity. This is simple here, that equality of opportunity has not seen at the timings, more of the timings, and this is voters are bought and sold. Many of the villages, and we can say in the towns and some backward areas, we can say that they bought and sold the voters, and the voters are simply bought and sold by many we can say that they need the money for that, and they give the money for getting the votes. We can say there is a torture of the mentally and economically to the persons. So there is a thing that increasing role of money in election is going to we can say the corrupted the country, and corruption has been seen easily. Misuse of official machinery. Voting on the basis of caste and religion in India, There are a large number of voters who vote on the basis of caste and religion, political parties. Yes, in India, we can say that the voting behavior, if we see, it is based on caste and religion. This is simple and confirm here. There are large number of voters who votes on the basis of caste and religion. Yes, large number of voters is here, and the political party. While fielding candidates for the election, keep the caste and religion of the candidates well as the voters in the constituencies in their mind. They what they do at the timing of that when the constituencies has been confirmed and the nominated candidate do that work, he select the areas from the caste and religion accordingly and go and wants the vote from that area, gives some and some yes, we can say that attraction and we the gifts and something else for getting the votes. Because of power, patronage, and resources at its disposal of ruling party consists of election from a position of. Yes, there is a thing that candidates do what they do, that they have the particular outlook in their mind that they can go and make a voting from that area confirm as the basis of creed and culture and religious aspect and by the nepotism and use of money and many methods they apply for this, that if they might from that area, if you give me the vote, I will give you such type of facilities, and all type of statement has been given by the nominated persons. So this is the thing that misuse of official machinery has been seen many and many times. Use of muscle power and criminalization of politics. Criminalization of politics is a very clear, has been seen that use of muscle power so seen in the election system. Election, otherwise we can say in the political parties. Delay in deciding election petitions. Yes. Use of muscle power is assuming a dangerous trend in the various elections held in India, because where is the constituencies, they use the muscle power, and this trend has been seen many in many areas. During elections, some candidates and their supporters are physically assaulted by their more strong opponents. Yes, has been seen that during elections, some candidates and their supporters are physically assaulted by their more strong opponents. The strong party supporters can easily assaulted physically to the other opponents. So opponent's party. So there is that muscle power has been seen, and this is a dangerous trend has been seen and coming the political parties during elections. The present system for the disposal of election petitions consumed a lot of time, because if a petition has been done, election petition has been taken, that takes the more and more time, that delays the election system. Through the electoral law provides for a speedy disposal of an election petitions and its decisions within 6 months from the date of the representation to the High Court. Through the electoral law provides is here that election petitions, what happens, if a election petitions take more and more time, electoral law provides for speedy disposal of an election petition and its decision within 6 months from the date of representation of the High Court. This is here that use of muscle power and criminalization of the politics can be seen. The changes. Our system of elections should be changed from the FPTP to some variant of the PR system. This would ensure that parties get seats as far as possible in the proportion to the votes they get. There should be special provision to ensure that at least 1/3 women are elected to the parliament and assemblies. There is a change has been. We are going to see nowadays that there is a 1/3 women are elected to the parliament and assemblies. This is a very good step and phenomena, we can say. And there should be stricter provisions to control the role of money in electoral politics. This is also a new change. We can say that there is a strict provisions has been seen to control that uses and we can say waste of money in the electoral politics. By this, the fair and gentleman can enter in the politics and they do accordingly, because if we say that if a educationalist, if a academician, if a person who has a good record wants to nominate and wants to become the enter in the political parties, so for this, if he has no money, then he cannot enter in the party politics. So for this, who is stronger and physically strong and many illegal tasks has been done. We can say the corruption they have done. So all type of persons will enter in the political parties and fair and gentlemen will not come. So this is a process. By the change we can do that. Strict provisions to control the role of money in electoral process is a good remain a good step. And 1/3 women, because if we say that women has a good outlook and their mental set and everything are not too much counter accordingly. So there is a good step. We can say the change are to be approved, to be done. So there should be a law to regulate the functioning of political parties and to ensure that they function in a transparent and democratic manner. That is a good step. We can say candidates with criminal case should be barred from the contesting elections. Now this is all about today. Thank you very much, my dear students. We will be accordingly within a new topic. Thank you very much.